Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Pioneer, I'm going to pioneer a different deck that I really always wanted to try but never had a chance to. So, in Arena, I always avoid trying to make a Yorion deck because it is a 80 card deck and it's hard to get the curve right, and it's hard to get yeah, it's hard to get the correct cards, the correct multiples. So I run 4 off, 3 offs, and more importantly, in Arena, one of the biggest things that annoyed me is that whenever I play Yorion, I'm thinking about playing a Flicker deck. I'm thinking about playing Azorius, and I just think about the length of time it would take me to play one game, and I just, oh god, I tune out. I don't want to think about it. But I found this deck that actually is really good with Yorion, and you don't have to rely on Yorion at all. This is our Dimir Bounce, which is all built around, the good old bounce ability of that recently was crazy in Standard. So we got our Hopeless Nightmares, and we got our Momentum Breaker and Nowhere to Run. We also got a new card in Cryogen Relic, which is insane. Draws us cards on ATB, and when it leaves, not when it dies, when it leaves, so we can bounce it. And of course, if you remember, in Pioneer, this town ain't big enough is still allowed. So this deck is actually really low ground, low to the curve, and we don't have to get the land base exactly right. Now, in Pioneer, just like in Standard, you gotta kill graveyards because there's a lot of reanimation shenanigans. So we got our Soul Guy Lantern, and we also have Thoughtseize to get rid of the reanimation cards. And we can push through Temple-wise just with Storm Chaser's Talent. That's the whole idea of the deck. A really strong deck without having to think too hard about how you want to do this. I know that Avatar is probably already out, but I'm recording this a week ahead, so I don't have any of the Avatar cards yet. I don't see that many Dimir cards going into this particular deck, but I haven't read through all the cards yet. I just saw some of the highlights and the spoilers, and there's a lot of crazy airbending and earthbending cards, but I don't see that many waterbending cards that seem to be useful. That seems to be useful in this deck. So maybe I'm wrong, but right now, this deck, I really like this version because I think it's going to be so strong. So let's talk about the deck list. And for a deck like this with the curves as short as this, I don't want to just talk about 1, 2, 3 drop, but instead I want to talk about what we actively try to play. So our temple cards, we got 4 Storm Chaser's Talent, which is a very strong temple for getting into our opponent's, for getting into our opponent's face. And then we have 4 Hopeless Nightmare, which is a very good card in getting into our opponent's face. These are all the things that we can play on turn 1. Then, of course, we also have Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize are pretty good cards to play on turn 1, but we cannot bounce them. But these are temple plays. And then, hopefully, with those temple play, turn 2, we can have a Fear of Isolation, which you can bounce Storm Chaser's Talent and Hopeless Nightmare and get that chain going. Or we can play a Momentum Breaker. If they have a creature, we can get rid of their creature. If they don't have a creature, we can make them, lose a card in their hand. So that's kind of a good thing that we can do on turn 2 as well. And then we have 4 Cryogen Relic, which can draw us a cards on turn 2. So if nothing else, we can trigger the Prowess on order and draw another card. And when the Relic leaves, we, draw another card. So it's pretty good card draw for the long run. But that's our turn 1, turn 2 sort of tempo play. And then turn 3, we want to have either the Narset, which is kind of another tempo play, to stop our opponent from drawing, and then we can filter our draws a little bit better. Narset, 3 mana will stop our opponent from drawing and draw us a card, so at the very least, it's not bad. And, it's a non-creature, non-land card, but a lot of our deck is non-creature, non-land, so don't have to worry. Even our creature is non-creature, so that should be fine. We can also have 1 Overlord of the Flood Pit, so I cut a Narset out to have an Overlord here, because I think Overlord is pretty good at drawing us extra cards, and if we can bounce with Flicker Overlord, we can draw even more cards. So in the long run, it will be good, but right now I think it's just one-off. And then turn 4, we have turn 4 we got our counterspell in Ertai, and I have a board wipe in Yahini's Expertise. And I think Yahini's Expertise, I saw some guy run it in their deck, and I thought it was an interesting card to try, right? It's -3/-3, so sort of a board wipe. On turn 4, it's basically a board wipe, but we also get to cast a spell with mana value 3 or less from our hand for free. So we can cast things like Momentum Breaker, Hopeless Nightmare, all the cards that we want to cast in this deck, pretty much 3-drop or less. So we can wipe their board and still cast something else. So that's not actually a 4 mana board wipe. It's maybe a 1 mana board wipe if you count that 3 mana that you get for free, and we can use that for casting a lot of these spells. So that's where it gets good. Right, then we need to talk about our removal and our interaction spells. Technically, Ertai is a removal or interaction, and then Momentum Breaker is another interaction. They're technically interactions already that we talked about, but all of these are cards that we could play on tempo. But then the other cards are interaction spells. So we have 4 Fatal Push, 2 Grim Bubble, and 2 Soul Guide Lantern. As I talked about, we need to remove their graveyard, but the Grim Bubble can remove one of their creatures in early game, especially against red. And then we have 4 Fatal Push that can just push any creature out, really in Pioneer. Most creatures are 4 drops or less, and we can trigger Revolt very easily by bouncing our stuff. So I got Fatal Push. And then we have 4 Nowhere to Run, which is one of the most important cards ever released. It's hidden. I don't think a lot of people are giving this its value. It's so crazy good. For 2 mana, target creature gets -3/-3. So 2 mana removal at flash speed is kind of the standard, right? And it's not the unilateral removal. It's only -3/-3. So you might think, it doesn't kill everything. Well, I got news for you. Nowhere to Run also stops Hexproof and Ward. Hexproof and Ward, right? So this is so important. And in so many matchups where our opponent just holds up a Hexproof or they have a warded up creature, right? They have their combat tricks to protect their creature, and they just want, especially in Pioneer, they just want to have one creature, build it all up, and kill you with that. Well, Nowhere to Run stops that, and we can just kill it with Fatal Push, and they just cry. So that's insane. But also with Nowhere to Run, it is a permanent on board. So we can, this town ain't big enough. And we'll bounce things like crazy. So we can bounce our Nowhere to Run to kill another creature. We can bounce our Hopeless Nightmare to make it discard another card. We can bounce our Momentum Breaker to have either side work. We can bounce our Storm Chaser's Talent to have more Otters. We can bounce our Cryogen Relic to draw more cards. And this town ain't big enough is what makes all these bounce deck work, because we bounce 2 things. Bounce our opponent's thing that makes them lose value, bounce one of our ETB things that let us gain value, and then if we have Storm Chaser's Talent, go to level 2, get it back, and do it again, and that's will stop our opponent from ever playing a game, really. So, yeah, these are 2-drop plays. I'm going to put this here in the 2-drop play. Insane. And then this is our 1-drop play. Not tempo, but we can play them as a 1-drop play. You can see now the curve actually looks crazy good, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, of course, our land base for a 80-card deck, we're going to learn 34 lands. 34 lands is usually what I run in, what's it called? The EDH, but I'm going to do that here as well, but that's only because a lot of our cards do kind of synergize with lands, and we don't want to curve out as an aggro deck. Rather, we want to be able to multi-spell in a turn. So even though the curve is low, right, we want to play 2-3 spells in a turn, and there are a lot of bounce spells, so we have to, kind of recast those. So 34 lands in a kind of control-y deck. We have 2 islands. It's a basic land. 2 islands, 2 swamps for basic color. We also have 1 Takenuma, 1 Otawara, and I have 2 Hive of Eye Tyrant and 1 Orborg, kind of all basic 1 mana plays. And then we have 4 Clearwater Pathway, 4 Darkslick Shores, 4 Gloom Lake Verge, 4 Shipwreck Marsh, 2 Underground River, and 4 Watery Grave for our Dimir color. Of course, basically all the Dimir lands on Pioneer that are good. I have 2 Field of Ruin, so that I can pop our opponent's lands, and then I can get our basic lands out. And I have 1 Mirrex, so that in case our opponent is controlled, we can just kind of kill them with Mirrex. Right? And I want to be a little bit careful with the Verge here, because we don't have that many basic lands to trigger the Verge. But it starts default to blue, so I think it's okay. Since it defaults to blue already, I don't have to change it to a basic lands, because I do have more black mana in Hive and in an Orborg, which turns all of it into black mana. The funny thing is Orborg will turn on Verge in 2 ways. It's a swamp, so it turns on Verge, but it also makes it into a swamp, so it can also have black mana anyway. So it's crazy good. So that's the whole idea of the deck. Let's go into the game and see how well it will do. Alright, our opponent is the Alphino. Prominent Pioneer. He's very prominent. He's letting me go first, though. So, uh-oh. Is this a Yorion off? That's gonna be a challenge. Well, let's Gloom Lake Verge into a Storm Chaser's Talent first. And we'll see who Yorion's off who. Okay. First time I play Yorion, immediately a Yorion off. Alright, do we Urborg here? Probably, right? Let me seize your thoughts. What are you playing here? There's a Get Lost, a temporary lockdown. I don't care about those. There is a Wandering Emperor and a Fairy. They're both pretty scary. Now the Wandering Emperor comes out before the Fairy, but I think the Fairy is slightly scarier, maybe? I would just do this. He didn't have any counter spells, so the regular roll attack. Does he have a counter spell? No. Pretty painful to do this and get countered, but it is what it is, you know? I want to draw some cards, and I'm out of stuff to do. He has a Get Lost. I don't know if he wants to swamp, like, fling that Get Lost at something. Maybe he Get Lost my Overlord? Yeah. And then he can play the... And he can play the temporary lockdown here. He didn't do it. He didn't play the temporary lockdown. That's interesting. So, do I want to use the maps? I think I do. Momentum Breaker's not bad. What factor 2? So he wants to hold up his Wandering Emperor. Would I bounce anything? I don't think I would, right? I'm just gonna buy Yorion when I have a chance. Demo field. I don't have anything that's worthwhile. He can pop my Urborg, but I don't know if that's worth it. Oh, I mean, I was like, oh, I draw another one? No, that was just the one on top. Okay, so. If I map here and he Wandering Emperors, I kind of lose everything. So instead, I'm just gonna attack. Alright, so he takes the damage. He can still Emperor, but it's not worth it as much. I think I can take this damage. Let's use up that mana. Soul Guy Lantern against their deck? No. I don't think they do too much graveyard shenanigans. Let's go to full control.
Feel the energy of battle,
and what would they
then
do?
guide it like water.
They're gonna exile this. I think we're okay with that.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
We'll probably just plus here, right? Yeah. I couldn't imagine him minusing.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Ooh, another Thoughtseize. That's real good here. Do we Thoughtseize him first? Or do we Momentum Break him first? Name black. I should have named white. Why did I name black? I have Urborg out. Alright, so he knows I have Breaker. I'm gonna still break it. Dolben's Veto. Okay. So that was a targeted removal? Or that was a... Oh. Oh, those were the choices, huh? I'm gonna get it back. They could temporary lockdown this one card, I suppose. It's not very good, but they could do it. Arcast Emperor.
Fine.
Huh.
I'm home. Keep watch
I
for
don't know
intruders.
about that. Fatal Blade. This kills the Emperor.
Try not to miss me.
Level 2, please. And let me take this town. Clear Darkslick Shores. It's not great, but it's something. There's a temporary lockdown. By Yorion. I don't have a man land to use. I do have a Yorion, but he's gonna have to play something, right? Maybe? Oh no, he doesn't play nothing. I get a break. Does he have a Dolphin's Veto? A momentum break, yeah. Oh, he still has to sack it, so I didn't notice he has 2 fountain ports. He can draw a card here. But if he does, he didn't draw a card. Okay. He still has a discard card. Should have drew a card. Why didn't he draw a card, actually? That was weird. Can't activate a fountain port. Did he get a get loss? He's targeting my permanents. Maybe he has a get loss? Alright, I'm gonna bounce my breaker into the lockdown. Did he get a Dolphin's Veto again? March. I still bounced the lockdown. Wow, this is a very... I mean, this is what happened in control games, right? I don't know if that March was worth it. He tapped 3 mana to do that. He knows exactly what card I have left, right? Maybe he's waiting to catch the Yorion? Oh, come on. And look at the little raccoon. You can't salt if you're seeing the raccoon. Also, you're playing a control deck. You should be, you know... Oh. Okay. That was why. I got kicked. Our opponent's paying the server to kick us. Timeout used. Did I actually play the game? Oh, I drew a card. Okay. So, since that was the case, I gotta go to level 2. Bring back this town. And then I go to Cryogen. Maybe they counter this. Maybe they don't counter it. Maybe they give me another card. Maybe it's a Thassi. that's a nice card. Nice card as well here. Let me Thassis you. I don't really care about you. Did he draw all 4? He drew all 4. Fountain 4 takes 1. Chumps? That's nice for me. He chumps. I would not recommend that he plays temporary lockdown here, but he could, you know. Definitely a possibility to play the lockdown. I don't think it's good. It draws me a card, and he doesn't get any value out of that. I draw a card. I didn't practice Fountain for some reason. Okay. And then a Hopeless Nightmare. Sorry, last card. Bounce a Nightmare and bounce a Lockdown. Get a 1/1. I killed a fish. And immediately after this, I should do this. Alright, that way I don't lose to this town. That's the Infinite Chain. I'm sorry, opponent, that I roped you. I didn't mean to rope you. Ah, what is this? Is that a new thing? Or is that like his priority versus my priority? I don't know. But whoa, it's aggressive. Double fish, huh? This is next end. Return to the next end step, right? So I can Nightmare him. Here. Nightmare him again. Ah, GG. Good game. Sorry for the rope. I got kicked, but, you know, I still won. Alright, our opponent is Felipe Filth. Or the mighty Felipe Filth. Alright, one of us broke the game. I don't think it's me, but I got the one-lander. It is card draw? I have no removal. So, if they're aggro, we're screwed. And opponent's going first, so it's likely for them to be aggro. Luckily they're not, right? So, we'll see what happens from here. Shipwreck our marsh. Oh, I'm gonna play a land. The question is, I still think I throw out the Storm Chaser's Talent. I still think I do this. So now I can have an attacker to pressure. Pretty slow pressure, but it's, you know, a slow cooker is still cooking. Settle the Wreckage. Oh boy, that's a card. Narset.
My prowess is unmatched by my peers.
This cannot make him sack, so I can only try to hit Narset. E minus.
Keep
Yes.
an open
Please
mind.
whiff. If he doesn't whiff, I'm gonna have a hard time, I think. I don't think he's gonna whiff too, so that would be the issue. I also cannot play the Relic because I don't draw the card. That feels bad. He didn't whiff, otherwise there would be no choices here. So he's deciding what card to take. I can kill Narset, but then what happens? Right? Can't draw a card with Sogai Lantern unless I have another mana. I wish I can draw a land though. If I can draw a land, I can momentum break and everything works. Faithful Absence. Oh, let's do it. Discard card first. Is he going to discard his Faithful Absence? Got another card. This is why I'm glad I got the little other out. He's gonna be destroying the Narset.
We still have much to learn.
Our board state is much scarier than their board state now. I can buy Yorion? Cast it? Oh, got 9 lives. So he's gonna give 9 lives to me somehow, and that is scary. So... I don't know if this does anything. I gotta attack him 9 times, right? Let me draw a card. I can make him discard a card. How good is that, though? I don't think I'd do that, honestly. I think I hold up Ertai for whatever he wants to play. Deluge? That's 2 cards. If I stop Deluge, he still draws a card. I don't think that's worth it. Man, all the janky combos coming out to play, huh? Gotta stop that one. Counter your terrorist. You can have a card. Don't mind. Let me... Actually, hold on. Let's attack this. I can bounce the Ertai. Now I have an Ertai. I can also counter the wind, right? So he's not doing anything. I can try to draw a card. You can try to draw cards in response, but it's pretty low. Let's go for the attack. Settle the wreckage. How much do I care about that? I don't actually care. You can search my library for that many bases. Why, yes, thank you. He's got 2 cards left. If I bounce both Nightmare. 1, 2, 1, 2. No, not enough. So I'll just buy Yorion. Hall of the Storm Giant. Shark Typhoon. I want to give him a card. I'm gonna let the Shark Typhoon out. Because I can just get rid of it like this. Is that 4? Oh, he doesn't lose. Oh, does he still lose life? He still loses life, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll have 3 mana left. But I get rid of his whole board. You have one card left, huh? Yeah, let's do it. I'll get my other. You drop everything. Plays the land to shock. He's at 8. He wants to memory deluge. I don't want to let him memory deluge. So let's attack. I still have the momentum breaker. Discard your last card. It was a land. Alright, it didn't matter. I don't think he'll have enough to draw and give me the 9 lives. Nope, GG. Ha! Alright, we kind of gone through the grind, but getting there is getting there. Alright, our opponent is D3D Soul. Okay. Wow. I mean, I'm gonna keep, but it's not great, right? If they're aggro though, this is actually good. Except the opener. Except the opener. Can't hit anything. And then the next thing he plays will be bigger. That's just trash. This is just so trash. Oh man. And now his 2/2s is actually a 3/3. Or a... yeah, 3/3. Okay, at least I can fight that. Not great, but at least I can fight it. Watch us be a whole turn behind everything. I mean, they still have the Screaming Nemesis, even though I don't. Slick Shot show off. We're gonna take so much damage here. Even a Spike Kill Hazard just to stack up the damage. We're down to 8 already. Alright, let's play a Marsh. Fear the Grim Bauble. Bring it back out. Destroy this. It's something. It is barely something. But hey, you know, 80 cards. This is what happens. He's just gonna attack. Huh. Got a Soul Scar Mage. Now we're talking. Now we're really talking. Alright, I'm gonna play this island here to turn on Gloomlake Verge. So I could know where to run the Soul Scar Mage. But this is at instant speed. I don't need to do that. There's also prowess. So maybe I fear the Grim Bauble back. I would just say go. Let's double block here. Monstrous Rage. What have? He needs 2 more prowess triggers. Actually, no, he only needs 1 more. Does he have it? I mean, I think I got kicked again. I don't know. This looks like it's my stick. Right? Did I get kicked again? Today's server's just not been friendly with me. I don't know what's going on, but I have no internet. Is that what's going on? I got kicked from so many games today because of just like disconnect. But all my other internet is fine. I'm browsing the internet just okay. So I don't know. Is it a server issue? They're having an issue with VPN again? No, that's our opponent. He's the one being a jerk. But if he has any instance, he can't just push through. I don't know why he doesn't play. Or if he has an instant, he just wins here. Is he just waiting? He definitely has an instant. There's a stick. Like, is he on full control mode in red? I mean, I guess you could do that. Just be one of those degenerate full control red players. Ah, disappointed. I'm very disappointed in our opponent. He is such a trash player. Roping us. We DC today. Like, we did this to our opponent a few times today because I keep getting DC'd. Maybe that's what's happening to him, right? Totally not roping because he's salty. Alright, it is gonna burn out, right? Okay. Now it's my turn. There's still a stick. I mean, what could it be? 3 damage? Somehow? 4 damage for 1 card? I don't have any life gain other than, you know, momentum breaker, so if I don't draw that, he can actually get through. So I guess there's that. Definitely Grim Bubbling the Soul Scar Mage. Then maybe we attack with 1? I don't know if I attack. I mean, could he have a haster? I think he's just gonna explode here. Game's already over. Alright, GG. Alright, our opponent is the Gumboid. Gumboid. Gumboido. Opponent goes first. He double tossies, but our opponent's going first. Too bad. We're getting elfed on. Alright, we gotta know what they're doing. If they're gonna elf on us this quickly here. Other elves you get control, well, either way we're gonna get elfed on, unfortunately. Big elfy boy. Alright, Hive is pretty good. That means we can Storm Chaser's Talon and still elf, take out the other elf. Already really low on life though. Stop nicing me, go away. Yeah, I got no kill spells, so there's that. Oh, that's not the right tactic. Make some chumps. Stop. Okay, he's gonna nice every turn, I guess. Marathon, I mean, sure. Does this do anything? Search for a library for an Elvish Channeler. Put it onto the battlefield for 6 mana. He could do it. I don't know why he didn't do it. I'm gonna buy Yorion. Now Soul Guy Lantern him. Not really much to hit in this deck. I don't think they're a Reanimator deck anyways. I doubt he would Boseiju one of my stuff. Maybe he Boseiju the Fear. That would not be great. For him. For me, it would be fantastic. Yeah, I'm very afraid of that last Boseiju. Calms down, and then he can, you know, activate a channel. He doesn't do it. He chose not to do it. I guess he chose violence. Whoa! Why didn't he do it? He could just... That's 6 mana, right? You can activate the Channeler. There will all be 3/3s. I don't know. Whatever. GG. Alright, our opponent is... Das Finch. The Eternal Taskmaster. Now we get a goal first. That's nice. I like going first. How you doing? Storm Chaser's Talent. Those are nice looking Halloween pumpkin sleeves. Oh, they're otherworldly gazing us already. That's pretty scary. So this is the graveyard deck, right? So making them discard might not mean much. They just tossed their Greasefang. That was like the one card they probably don't want to toss. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I could make him discard with the Momentum Breaker. Nah, I think I want to draw one first. I got this town ain't big enough. They are Esper Greasefang. Got Prankster. Oh, they're Reanimator that way. Okay, well, they're gonna take Recognition. Can't use the Narset here. See, there's the Spell Pierce, because they're probably gonna Recommish. Or, they just stay forever. There's the option. They have a land. I guess they're trying to decide which land to play. Plays a tap. Bounce your Oculus. Now do this again. It's not a lot of damage, but it's better than bouncing the Relic and drawing nothing there. Momentum Breaker is kind of pointless. Also, they have Oculus and Greasefang for some reason. Stitcher Supplier. Oh, they have Stubborn Denial. That's a scary card. They're playing the Oculus. Yep. Can't really get rid of those cards, huh? He's got 3 cards, he'll get 6 cards in the graveyard. So I can't get around the Citrus Supplier. I can't tap it, it just put a stun counter on it. Does not tap it, so Narcissus stops him from drawing, but he may not need to draw anymore anyways, so just put out the flip it down. Or the Overlord of Flip hits. You can toss this. This is a pretty important card. Let's see what's in their hand. And how scary. Oh, Stubborn Denial and Greasefang, huh? Well, we'll make them drop their Oculus. Still can't attack. Because otherwise his Greasefang kind of pops off. Counter unless I pay 1, right? He top decks an Oculus anyways, Jesus, alright. No, big lock point still. It doesn't really have the Stubborn Denial, so do I do? Guess we Narset. Nothing else we can do here, right?
Mind and body should move and hone your prowess.
All creature gets minus. Then I can play a card for free. It's not really that useful because what do I actually get to play for free here? I tapped out, but he might not have anything. It seems like he doesn't have anything. I am not blocking for Narset.
You could use some training.
He's gonna put out a Greasefang. That does not do anything. Alright, I don't have flying. I could get Thoughtseize though. But it probably should kill the Greasefang, right? If he wants to come after Narset, he can, but it's his whole combat phase. He's not coming after Narset. Well, not enough anyway. To stop him from drawing extra cards. Well, did we actually get here? No, he's got 1 card left. It's level 2. I'll take this town. I don't need to attack. You got it. Wonder what he can do in his graveyard. Not with those cards. Like, his reanimation spells takes time. Greasefang's such a weird card, right? He doesn't get anywhere with it. Keep going. Ah, there you go. There's a Parhelion. That activates his Greasefang. We'll lose our Narset if we do this, but if I bounce it, he gets to cast it and draw 3 cards. It's just regular block. Mill 3 more cards. Go for it. card. Stopping him from drawing cards is how we win. So we play the Momentum Breaker. That should be the last card. And there's more than 9 damage on board. Oh, he wanted to toss that. Let's just be sure, right? I'm pretty sure there's more than 9 damage, but I don't want to accidentally get my math wrong. I draw 2 and discard a card. And then, boom. -5. Alright. We didn't draw our Soul Guy Lantern, but we didn't need it. We still got through anyways. GG. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those bouncy games, how does this deck feel? I do think that for a Yorion deck, this is probably the fastest one possible, and it is the most fun I've ever had playing a Yorion deck. Usually Yorion is Azorius, and it's Flicker, and every game takes like 2 hours, so I didn't like those games. But with this deck, right, we can actually push very quickly with Stormchaser's Talon, and we get a lot of active tempo play, but still have a lot of interaction in bounces and discards, and we even have a counterspell in Ertai that a lot of people don't see. Right, so this is the only counterspell, but it is a counterspell that can stop a lot of things from happening, and even if they draw cards, right, it's not going to be as good because we can bounce Ertai and do it again. And then if I have Narset out, they just don't draw cards, which is even more fun. And that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.